Hello, good evening, welcome. Welcome to my habit tracking journey or my productivity live stream series. All right, so I have a question. Have you ever felt like stuck in reaching your goals all by yourself? Well, what if I told you that there's a secret weapon that could make things a lot easier? It's called an accountability partner. Think of them as a personal cheerleader and coach rolled into one. So, whether you're trying to get fit, learn a new skill or chase a big dream, having someone in your corner can make a whole or a world of difference. So, let's talk about why having an accountability partner is so awesome, how to find the right person, and how or some tricks to make it work like a charm, right? Okay, so let's talk about the benefits of having an accountability partner. First is, of course, there's an increased motivation. So you likely get more motivated to do or to pursue your goals because someone is aware of and invested in your goals. Say, for example, you told a friend that you're going to run a 5K. Knowing that they'll ask about your progress makes you more likely to push and go running, even on days when you'd rather stay on the couch, right? So, of course, you don't want them to think that you're just saying it and you're not doing it, right? So yeah, next is enhanced consistency. So more likely you're going to be consistent in your goals. It's like having a gym buddy. When you know someone's going to ask how you're doing, you're likely more likely to stick to your plans. It's extra push to keep showing up even on days when you'd rather slack off. It's like the same as increased motivation. You're when you're motivated, you'll likely be more consistent in your goals. Next is improved goal achievement. So you're way more likely to do stuff you say you're gonna do when you get someone checking on you. Say, for example, you wanna read 12 books this year, and then your book club friend asks what you're reading each month, making you more likely to finish that book before the next check-in. So I have a very personal encounter with this one or experience with this one. So because in this business we have a team, so I always get that extra push before our meeting because if I don't do anything, because there are a lot of times that I let life happen and I slack off, I gotta admit. But then before the meeting, I really have to do whatever that needs to be done because I don't have something to share with the group. So, yeah. Next is this one, shared support and encouragement. So having an accountability partner, having that emotional backing and positive reinforcement you receive from someone invested in your success, right? So you it feels so good when someone is supporting you and encouraging you to push your goals, to make your goals happen. And of course, reduced stress. Um, it's more likely to get the load lightened when there's someone you can share it with. So let's say, for example, you're working a on a big project at work, talking it through with your accountability partner helps you organize your thoughts and feel more in control compared it to you just keeping it to yourself, right? So it's always better to have someone to talk to, especially in this when you're feeling overwhelmed. So how do we find the right partner? Do we just um, choose someone we know? Are there any qualifications? So of course you've got to find someone who shares the same interest and goals with you, because having common objectives or passions that align with your accountability partner makes it easier to understand each other's challenges and celebrate progress together, right? Next is the compatibility of communication styles. Of course, you want to find someone who have similar preferences in what way you interact, because you want to have this daily check-in. Do you guys does your accountability partner prefer emails, calls, texts, DMs? So because finding a middle ground ensures you both feel comfortable with the communication. Next is reliability and trustworthiness. Of course, the dependability of your partner in following through on your on commitments and keeping your information confidential. So it's really important that you trust that accountability the accountability partner, and you're sure that they're consistently showing up for your scheduled check-ins and doesn't share the details of your progress without others without your permission, right? So that the trustworthiness is there. Um, and the geographical proximity or virtual options. Of course, you don't want to have an accountability partner that lives so far or miles away from you, right? But if you prefer virtual option, then that's totally fine. The ability to connect effectively online if distance is a factor. Okay, so you can find a local running group for in-person accountability, or there's an online community. Let's say the book club that we had, just like the example that I mentioned before, right? So what are the strategies for effective partnerships? First is regular check-ins and progress updates. So I mentioned from my previous live stream about track your progress. So of course, there should be scheduled times to discuss the progress, the challenges, and next steps. This is what we actually do in our team, in the business. So we have this weekly check-ins and progress updates on what are the struggles that we had, and then everybody's go very generous with their tips and the strategies, and it really feels so good when someone is, like, that someone is in your corner. Next is clear expectations and boundaries. Of course, we didn't want to get this false hope that someone is going to be in our corner, and then when we need them they're not there, right? So there should be guidelines for the partnership, the roles, responsibilities, and limits. So you should agree on how often you'll check in, what kind of feedback you're open to, and how you'll handle missed check-ins. Example for the frequency of check-ins: you cannot expect your accountability partner to be with you 24, I mean, to answer your call 24/7, right? Because they have their own life too. What kind of feedback you're open to? If you feel like offended into the way they share their feedback, you've got to put that out in the open, so the communication is still there. Okay, so how do you handle missed check-ins? So do you want to have a quick follow-up? If you miss a check-in, do you reschedule? So things like that. So there's boundaries and clear expectations. Support and encouragement, not judgment. Offering positive reinforcement in understanding rather than criticism or disappointment. So let's say, for example, you're on a diet, right? And then your partner says, "It's okay, everyone has off days. What can I do to help you get back on track?" Instead of making you feel guilty. So this is very important in a partnership, right? Because you didn't want to pursue your goals if you feel judged. Yeah, so and of course you've got to always have an open mind. Sometimes um that's why the communication style, the preference is really important here. Next is celebrating milestones and achievements. So no matter how small, you gotta claim it. You gotta claim your win. So always you gotta include that in your, like, say, agreement with your accountability partner, right? Next is the open communication. So you gotta be honest and transparent about your progress, challenges, and needs. So if you're struggling with something, especially with your time management for your side business, you gotta tell them, because that will allow your partner to offer relevant advice or resources to help. Because if you're not honest, if you're not open, if you're going to lie about your progress, then it doesn't serve the purpose, right, of having an accountability partner. So yeah, working towards our goals doesn't have to be a lonely uphill battle. It's hard, then why not? Why do you have? It's already hard as it is. So why do it alone when you can have an accountability partner, right? So with the right accountability partner, you can turn those dreams into reality while having some fun along the way. Like I said, you don't have to go through it all alone. It's all about finding someone who gets you, keeping things real, and cheering each other on. So why not give it a shot? You can reach out to a friend or join a group of like minded individuals. And that's very important, because you'll be surprised how much further can you go when you've got someone watching your back. Remember, two heads are better than one. So I remember what Simon Sinek said, that I don't know if I pronounced the last name properly, but he's an author. So he said that we are not accountable to ourselves. We are accountable to others. Yeah. So we are social animals and we have responsibility to others. Let's say, for example, we're not I'm not a good parent because I'm a good parent. I'm a good parent because I have to be a good parent for my kids. So and things like that. So yeah, that I think that will be it for tonight's live stream. I'm going to s- see you again on my next live stream, which is about anticipating challenges. So, how do we anticipate challenges in our habit tracking journey? So, again, if you've reached this last minute of my live stream series, I really appreciate it. And I will see you on the next one. Bye.